If you've been in a convenience store, restaurant, or cafe, you may have seen one of these. It looks like a regular ATM, but it's not. Cryptocurrency ATMs let you deposit cash. It gets converted into cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. The money can be sent anywhere, to anyone, instantly, as long as they have what's known as a crypto wallet. And Canada reportedly has the most crypto ATMs per capita in the world. And it all started here in Canada. In 2013, the world's first crypto ATM opened up in a small Vancouver coffee shop.
It could be the most exciting technology in the last 20 years.
I think it's brilliant and it's fun, you know?
What was once celebrated as groundbreaking technology is now being used as a tool to defraud millions from Canadians.
I never suspected anything.
Every one of these individual cases are heartbreaking.
I would say it's quite a significant problem.
So significant that a report we obtained from FinTrack, that's Canada's financial intelligence agency, says the machines are the #1 way fraudsters are getting money from their victims.
The machines themselves are perfectly legal, touted as a low-barrier, convenient way to buy or sell crypto. Most transactions only require a phone number if you're depositing under $1,000. Crypto ATMs fall under FinTrack's money services business category, but there are no regulations specific to these machines. Some say that needs to change.
We teamed up to take an in-depth look at the crypto ATM industry.
And how fraudsters use the machines to get your money, what the companies that run them are doing about it, and why some governments have effectively banned them.
Even though it was only $12,000, but when you're a senior on pensions, that's a lot of money.
Brenda Smith, one of countless Canadians targeted by a crypto ATM fraud. It started with a fake email from an antivirus software company, then a phone call telling her a refund amount had been overpaid, and she had to return the funds quickly and was directed to a crypto ATM.
Yes, he did walk me through what to do, and so of course I just deposited the money.
It all happened just months after she had a serious stroke and was vulnerable. A week later, she learned it was all a scam.
But it was devastating.
The fraudsters often pose as someone legitimate, a bank or CRA employee, even the police. The end goal, to convince the victims they need to get to a crypto ATM and deposit the money quickly, keeping them on the phone the entire time. They're even given step-by-step instructions on how to use the machines and how to send them the money. Crypto ATMs are appealing because you can send funds quickly, you don't need a bank account, or in some cases, even ID to use them. But it's precisely those reasons why this expert says fraudsters also like them.
You know, the low barrier of using them and getting access to crypto assets essentially is exactly what facilitates crime.
And unlike a bank, there's no human interaction.
Financial institutions would at least ask you questions, say, you know, do you really think it's a good idea to send, you know, $20,000 to someone?
So who's behind these crypto ATM scams? Investigators say mostly organized crime groups from overseas.
It seems to be a realization by transnational criminal organizations that the amount of money that can be made through fraud and through scams is almost overshadowing those other dealings. And they're done with far less risk and far greater reward.
Those threat actors are very skilled at, filtering the money globally across the world. Just like other scams that involve money where there's shell companies involved.
So here's what we've learned about the scope of the problem in Canada. There are approximately 3,600 crypto ATMs across the country. That's according to TRM Labs, a blockchain intelligence company that monitors crypto crime. In the first 8 months of this year, TRM Labs tracked about 1.5 billion Canadian dollars of cash that went through crypto ATMs across the country.
People can now send remittances, humanitarian aid, cross-border faster and in larger amounts than ever before. The challenge, though, is bad actors also can now move funds cross-border at the speed of the internet.
And that has equated to a lot of fraudulent transactions. Last year, victims reported losing $14.2 million through fraud involving crypto ATMs. In just the first 3 months of this year, that number hit $4.3 million, on track to surpass last year's losses. And it's important to note, that's only what victims reported to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre.
They don't generally include police reports. I caution everybody that look at the stats. it's the tip of the iceberg. They need to, multiply it by 10 or 20 just to get a vague sense of the real damages. And we see it on a daily basis. We simply mostly don't have the resources or the authority, the jurisdiction to get that money back or to bring those people to account. And that's a really, really sad, regretful thing to say.
Hi, Angelina. Nice to meet you.
In the Niagara region, fraud detective Ray Assetti felt compelled to do something after seeing the problem there getting worse.
Our losses in Niagara alone in 2024 were close to $1.4 million. One of those reports involved a romance scam where almost $400,000 over the course of a year was sent via cryptocurrency ATM on a daily basis. 5,000, 5,000, 6,000.
So last year, he spearheaded a public awareness campaign, visiting every crypto ATM in his region.
It's a never-ending battle.
Speaking with shop owners and putting up fraud warning posters. And just while doing that, he was able to intervene in 2 attempted frauds. In one instance, stopping a man from depositing his life savings.
He was so overwhelmed by being on the phone for several hours with this fraudster who had coached him.
Ashok Malavia has also stopped victims from losing money. He gets $300 a month from a crypto ATM company to host the machine in his store. But after learning about how it can be used to carry out fraud, he intervenes whenever something seems suspicious.
Whenever I see old people using that machine and with the phone, I always ask them, are you sure what you are doing?
But once a fraud does occur, it can be really difficult to track down who ultimately got the money. Every crypto transaction can be seen publicly online, like this. Investigators say there are ways fraudsters can obscure the path the money takes.
It's not just usually from A to B, from the victim to the suspect account. Normally, it will bounce through several accounts. Sometimes they will do other things to try to mask where the money went or spread it out.
When you start to add in the multi-jurisdictional or international aspect, then you might get involved in legal authorization to go to other countries and get aspects there. So it can be very challenging to trace these and investigate them.
So according to authorities, we've got a problem. But what do the companies running the crypto ATMs have to say about that? Find out in part 2 of our series, Feeding Fraud, the Crypto ATM Problem.